we're in the firing line for storms which are being brewed across the Atlantic, and nothing's been really changing. That's the thing. It's been one after another. The pattern stayed the same. So we've had too much of one type of weather.
There's still a bit of a mess this morning after Storm Henk. Trains in particular are affected. We'll get the full details on travel disruption a little bit later on today. But winds reached 94 miles an hour last night. Claire Nasir is a meteorologist and joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
94 miles an hour. Is Storm Henk over now?
Yes, Storm Henk is now just pushing towards Denmark, thank goodness, because it brought so much damage, heavy rain and really damaging winds, as you said, winds in excess of 90 miles an hour along the coast.
It feels like, it might just be me, it feels like we're getting more and more of these storms where the winds are incredibly strong. We get, blasted with lots of, heavy rain for days on end. Are they increasing in number, or is this the same every year?
It's not the same every year. This has been an extraordinary season so far. We're up to H in our alphabet. This time last year, we saw no storms. In fact, we only had 2 named storms during the last season. So this has been quite exceptional. It's been incredibly wet, and we've seen a lot of wind damage. And Storm Henk was a small system, but it was tightly packed in terms of wind and rain and affecting highly populated areas. And that's why we saw so much destruction, really, and disruption.
And in terms of what we can expect in the coming days and weeks, are we likely to see any better weather? Is there any snow on the way for those who enjoy it? I love a bit of snow.
It's looking like it's going to settle down, which I'm sure we're all breathing a sigh of relief with that. We still have a little system coming in on Thursday affecting the far south, and then high pressures asserting, which is fantastic news. Particularly, it's been a very busy time here as a weather forecaster. And so the air is turning colder. We could see a few showers, the risk of ice, maybe fog, frost by night. And, you never know, we could see a little snow as well. But currently it looks like it's a dry high.
And just go, finally, on the kind of the fact that we've seen so many storms this particular season, what is that about? Is there a reason behind it?
Well, we've been stuck in a pattern yet again, and whether it's a pattern of hot and dry weather like we saw earlier this year in June when we saw a heat wave, or at the moment the jet stream well over us, we're in the firing line for storms which are being brewed across the Atlantic, and nothing's been really changing. That's the thing. It's been one after another. The pattern stayed the same. So we've had too much of one type of weather. So that's why we've seen, I can step outside my house in Cheshire and the road is underwater now. And that's very worrying because we've got heavy showers coming through today. So we really do need some dry weather. We need a shift in weather pattern, and that is certainly coming through as we head into the weekend.
Claire Nasir, thank you very much for taking us through what's been happening over the last couple of days with Storm Henk. And Stick, I've got my fingers crossed for some snow. You never know.
I just want it to be cold. I just want cold. I know that parts of Scotland and parts of Northern has been quite cold, but this has been too warm for me. I wear shorts anyway, whatever the weather, like some sort of hairy postman. But I just want winter to be cold. Is that too much to ask?
Well, keep your fingers crossed. You're going to get some frost, but you might get some snow.
You know that sort of crackly frost when you walk across and the sky's very blue? That's what we want.
Yeah.
It's this sort of wet...
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's awful.